So in this video, we are going to learn how to add new ActiveCampaign contacts in MySQL. Let's say you are using ActiveCampaign as an email marketing platform and you want that whenever a new contact is added in ActiveCampaign, you want to add the details of that same contact into your MySQL database. So let me tell you, you can actually automate this process. So in this automation, whenever a new contact will be added in ActiveCampaign, automatically the exact same details with the same contact will be added as a new row in our MySQL database. If you want to know how you can set up this automation, for that you just have to come with me to my screen.
So as you can see, here we are on Pabbly Connect's dashboard. Now to reach this dashboard, you will get a free sign-up link of Pabbly Connect in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can create your free Pabbly Connect account in just 2 minutes. And after reaching to this dashboard, just click on Create Workflow and give this workflow a name. For example, I would like to name my workflow as ActiveCampaign to MySQL. And then just click on Create. Now you can see that our workflow is open over here. And in this workflow, we have 2 different windows. First one is the trigger window and second one is the action window. So triggers and actions are basically those 2 concepts, those 2 principles on which this whole automation works on, where the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. So let's start with our trigger window. Now the idea here is, first we are going to connect our ActiveCampaign account with Pabbly Connect in the trigger window, so that every time a new contact, a new subscriber is added in ActiveCampaign, automatically the details of that newly added subscriber will be received inside Pabbly Connect. And this automation workflow will trigger, it will start. After that, using this Pabbly Connect's automation, we are going to send the details of that new contact to MySQL. And in our MySQL database, we are going to add a new row in this table with that new user's details. So let's see how it is done. Starting from our trigger window, in Choose Apps, search for ActiveCampaign. Just select it. After selecting ActiveCampaign, in Trigger Event from the drop-down, select the trigger event as Contact Added, because we want that whenever a new contact is added in ActiveCampaign, automatically the details of that newly added contact should be received inside Pabbly Connect. Then just click on Connect and select Add New Connection. Now here guys, we have to connect our ActiveCampaign account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, we have to enter the API key and the API URL of our ActiveCampaign account. Now you must be thinking how you can get this API key and API URL. So to get it, just go to your ActiveCampaign account. From the left sidebar, go to Settings, and on Settings page, we have to go to Developers section over here. And at this Developers page, you can see the API URL and API key of your ActiveCampaign account. Just copy the API key from here, go to Pabbly Connect and paste it over here. After that, copy the API URL and paste it over here too. And then just click on Save. But before clicking on Save, here you can see in the help text, we have an example. And in this example, you will see in this API URL, we have to remove this https:// We just have to paste this much URL over here. So after pasting this URL and removing the https:// just click on Save over here. And when we click on Save, we will see our ActiveCampaign account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, the first thing it asks us is the list. So in the drop-down, you can see all the contact lists which we have created in ActiveCampaign can be seen over here. So in my ActiveCampaign account, you will see I have 2 different lists. First one is the master contact list and the second one is named as Pabbly Connect. So here it is asking us that the new contact from which list we want to receive inside Pabbly Connect. So I want that whenever a contact is added in this list named as Pabbly Connect, I want to get the details of that new contact added in this list inside Pabbly Connect, and then we want to send the data of that contact to MySQL. So I will be selecting this list over here from which we want to get the new contact. After selecting the list, it is asking us for the webhook name. So using this trigger guys, what we are going to do, Pabbly Connect is going to add a webhook URL in our ActiveCampaign account. So it is asking us to give that webhook URL a name. For example, I would like to name my webhook URL as MySQL. You can basically give any name of your choice. and then just click on save and send test request. Now when we click on save and send test request, here you can see that it has now changed to waiting for a response. This means Pabbly Connect is waiting to get some details of a new contact being added from ActiveCampaign in this trigger window. Now guys, what we have to do, we have to basically add a dummy contact, a test contact in our ActiveCampaign account so that we can get the details of that newly added contact. So here what you can do, you can either go to your ActiveCampaign account, click on add a contact and enter the contact details. Or if you have created some kind of form in your ActiveCampaign account, like here in my ActiveCampaign account, I have created a sign up form and this is the form. So whenever a user is going to enter their details and submits the form, that particular user will be added as a contact in my ActiveCampaign account. So whenever you are going to receive a new form submission, a new contact will be added and details of that new contact will be received inside Pabbly Connect. So let's add a dummy contact. For example, the name of the person is dummy user. This is the email address. And then this is a dummy mobile number over here. So here guys, in this way you can see we have just now entered the details of a dummy user. Now after entering these details, let's click on this submit button. Now when we click on submit, we have received a form submission, a new response in this form which we have created using ActiveCampaign. And we will see in our ActiveCampaign account, a new contact is added. So in the same list named as Pabbly Connect. And yes, here you can see that in this same contact list, dummy user, the same person who made the form submission, the new contact in our ActiveCampaign account is added. And because we have connected our ActiveCampaign account with Pabbly Connect, we will see in our Pabbly Connect workflow in this trigger window, we have received some response. And in this response, you can see the details of the exact same contact, the new contact which is added in this list in our ActiveCampaign account. So we will scroll down to these responses and you can see the details of the same contact. Here you can see the date and time, that at what date and time this new contact is added in ActiveCampaign. Then after that, here you can see the mobile number entered by the user of the mobile number of the new contact. Then you can see the last name, you can see the contact ID, first name and the email address of this contact. This means the step 1 of setting up this automation is completed over here. And whenever a new contact will be added in ActiveCampaign, automatically the details of that new contact will be received inside Pabbly Connect. Now after this, let's move to step 2. In step 2, we are going to add the same details of a new contact in our MySQL table as a new row. For that, we will just scroll down, come to this action window and here in choose app, we are going to search for MySQL. Just select it. After selecting MySQL, in action event from the drop-down, select the action event as Insert Row. Then just click on Connect and select Add New Connection. Now here guys, we have to connect our MySQL account, our MySQL database with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, we have to enter the username and password of our MySQL database. We have to enter the MySQL host name, database name and the ports as well. So if you have created your MySQL account, you must be having all of these details. Just enter these details over here and click on Save to connect your MySQL account with Pabbly Connect. Right now, I will be selecting the existing connection which I have earlier made and click on Save. And after connecting our MySQL account, the first thing it asks us is the table name. So here in the drop down, you can see a list of all the tables which we have created in our MySQL database. So here in my database, you can see I have created 3 different tables. First one is named as Facebook leads, second one is named as new contacts, and third one is named as WooCommerce products. And you can see a list of these 3 tables inside Pabbly Connect. So here we have to select the table that in which particular table we want to insert new row with contact details. So we want to add the details of a new contact in this table named as new contacts. So we are going to select that table over here. After selecting the table, all the columns of data which we have created in this table, you can see all of these columns over here as fields. So here guys, in our MySQL database, in this table, whatever columns we have created, you can see all of these columns over here. Just let me change the spelling of this last name over here. Okay, so here you can see in this table, we have 5 or 6 different headers. First one we have is the contact ID, then we have first name, last name, email, mobile number, and added date time. So in this particular table in my MySQL database, you can see I have created these 6 columns. And in these columns, we want to add the details of the new contact which we have received from ActiveCampaign. And as I told you, you can see all of these columns as fields over here. So here the first field which we have is of contact ID. Now here in this field of contact ID, we have to basically map the response of contact ID of a new contact which we have received from ActiveCampaign in the trigger window. So here in this trigger response, you can see this is the response of contact ID. And to map this contact ID over here in this contact ID field, just click on this field, and here in the drop down, you can see a list of all the details, all the responses which we have received from ActiveCampaign of a new contact being added. And out of all of these responses, select the response of contact ID and it will be mapped. So whatever response, whatever contact ID of a new contact we are going to receive from ActiveCampaign in our Pabbly Connect workflow, with the same ID, a new contact will be added or the details of the contact will be added in our MySQL database. After contact ID, we are going to follow the same process of mapping for rest of the field, for the rest of the details. In the next field, just click here and from the drop down, select the response of the first name of the contact and it will be mapped. Then let's map the last name, just select it and map it. Then we are going to map the email address and here we have the response of email address. After that, we are going to map the response of mobile number, here it is, and at last date and time. So here from ActiveCampaign, we have also received the response of date and time, that at what date and time this contact was added in our ActiveCampaign account. So we are going to select that response and map it too. So in this way, all the details of a new contact which we have received from ActiveCampaign, we have mapped all of these details into the respective fields. After mapping this data, just click on Save and Send Test Request. And when we click on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see that we have received some response. And this response seems to be a positive response to us. This response shows that the data which we have mapped over here, basically the details of a new contact which we have received from ActiveCampaign, all of these details are added as a new row in our MySQL database in this particular table. So let's check it. We will go to MySQL and we are just going to refresh this table once. And yes, here you can see that just now a new row of data is added in this table. Here you can see the contact ID is 5, the same name dummy users, the same name of the contact which we have just now created in our ActiveCampaign account. Then you can see the same email address, mobile number, and also the same date and time, that at what date and time this contact was added in our ActiveCampaign account. So here guys, you can see the automation workflow which we have created in this video. This automation workflow is working perfectly fine. Now after setting up this automation, we are going to test this automation workflow once. We will go to our ActiveCampaign form which we have created and we are going to make another form submission. Basically, we are going to add another new contact in our ActiveCampaign account. For example, this time the name of the person is test user. This is the email address of this person and this is a dummy mobile number. And let's click on submit. So as we click on submit, test user, this new contact is added in our ActiveCampaign account. Let's check it. We will go to our ActiveCampaign account, refresh this contact list once. And yes, here you can see that test user, the same person is now added as a contact in ActiveCampaign. And as this new contact is added, we will see automatically, instantly within few seconds, the details of the same contact will be added in our MySQL database as well. So we will go to MySQL and we'll refresh this page once. And yes, here you can see that the details of the exact same user, test user, the same person, same contact details is now added as a new row. You can see the same contact ID, the same first name and last name, same email address and also the same mobile number. Also, you can see the same date and time, that at what date and time this contact was added in ActiveCampaign. This means guys, the automation workflow which we have created in this video, this automation is working perfectly fine. And using this automation, whenever a new contact will be added in ActiveCampaign, automatically the details of that new contact will be added in our MySQL database. So not just these applications, you can connect plenty of other applications with Pabbly Connect. And one more important thing, you will find the clone link of this exact same workflow in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can clone this same workflow into your own Pabbly Connect account. Also, let me tell you, Pabbly Connect offers you a free plan. And in this plan, you will get some free tasks every month into your own Pabbly Connect account. So if you want to try and test this automation, you can do it for absolutely free.
If you have any kind of doubts or queries, you can post them on forum.pabbly.com. So if this video was helpful to you, you can obviously like this video, comment down your suggestion, and don't forget to share it with others. So guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you. Have a great day.